Hey everyone, so a big issue that I see with lead nurturing from a sales perspective is that a lot of people really don't do it. And they specifically don't really do it with people that told them no, people that weren't interested right now in your product or service. And a lot of times it's easy to just go and forget about them, go focus on your new leads and never follow up. Well, there's a big opportunity that you're losing out on if you don't follow up with these people. So today I'm going to show you a sequence that you can utilize to follow up and nurture people that told you no or that they weren't interested really, really easily and really simply. So let's get started. First of all, my name is Patrick Spielman. I'm the founder of Uptix, and we help B2B sales teams launch and automate outbound sales campaigns, pack their deal pipeline, and drive top-line revenue with our sales automation platform, Uptix. So let's get started. So I'm going to go through this campaign, and this campaign is in Uptix. When people sign up for Uptix, it's automatically in there. You can take it, you can make it your own. I don't want to turn this into a long-winded, pitch about Uptix, but something I want to explain is it's not necessarily about the content of your lead nurturing follow-ups here. It's really about the fact of just doing it. So I'm going to go through this campaign step by step and show you some things and how you can do it and maybe some different ideas on what the messaging might sound like. But the first and biggest step is just to do something. And the way you want to do it is just to automate it as much as you can. So in our system, particularly, let's say you change a lead status to not interested, you can just grab a list, tag that not interested list in here, and then this process would start automatically. So it's really, really effortless to drive this process. And so if you're not doing it, you are losing out on really easy opportunities. But let me get into the step-by-steps here. So the first step, and again, it's not as much about the content than just doing something, but in this particular campaign, we're going to send an email first. And we're just going to basically tell them like, hey, thanks for meeting. Although it doesn't sound like a good fit right now, as a favor to yourself, ask yourself some questions over the coming weeks and months. And then you're going to ask them, hey, am I able to, and then you want to insert the problems that you typically solve for your prospect. So for instance, am I able to easily launch robust lead nurturing campaigns? Am I able to never forget a follow-up? Am I able to effortlessly automate outbound sales campaigns? So those are things that we would insert for our use case, Uptix, just to get them thinking. We want to get them thinking about the things that we can help them solve, okay? And then, we're going to go into some other words here. Not going to go through this in full detail. If you want, go ahead, feel free to pause the video and check those out. Then we're going to let them cool off for a few months. Again, you can change this stuff up for your use case. And, if you want to do, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, longer than that, by all means do that. Again, it's more about actually doing something than doing nothing. From there, you do want to bake in some manual outreach, a phone call of some sort, especially if you're in the B2B, high ticket space. You want to build in some sort of manual follow-up. So you could schedule yourself a task to create to make a phone call. We're going to let them cool off again. And then we're going to send them just another automated email. And this one's, the way I have it is more about it's the life's about timing email. So, it's just a quick follow-up like, hey, sometimes life's about timing. Wanted to touch base with you quick, see how everything's going. And then we want to basically follow up with the questions that we asked them, a while back in that first email. So we want to follow up on these. We want to get them thinking, see if they've really even thought about those, or if they haven't, just implant them kind of in their head again. So, and then our call to action is going to be, seeing if this is something they want to revisit. Now, we're going to space it out, whether it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, again, just doing something. I know I'm repeating that a lot, but doing something is better than nothing. Then we're going to get into, we're utilizing more of a repeatable template here where we're inserting these tokens and our system randomizes the messages or the lines that are getting used in the message so that we can use the same template over and over again without having to keep writing new email templates. If you want to edit, or write new, like a single email template for every one of these steps, you absolutely can. There's just a way to make it a lot faster. So when I preview this, you're going to see, it actually pops up with words and stuff like that. And then the next time I preview it a little bit further down, it's actually going to read a little bit differently. but they're not going to get it for, in our case, probably 6 months, because we're going to do a 90-day delay. We're going to touch base with them through phone, another 90-day delay. And then it's going to be just a little bit different than that last preview, because we have several versions of each one of these lines that are getting referenced when we tag a section within the Uptycs platform. If you're not using Uptycs, then you're just going to want to create some different email templates as well. Again, we're going to delay, touch base, with a phone call or whatever it might be, delay, another email. Again, this is pretty repeatable. So you can make this go on and on and on as long as you possibly want. Right now, I've got this set up for 660 days. So that's almost 2 years. And, sometimes, it's 2-3 years later that if you're just staying in front of somebody consistently, that all of a sudden, a challenge might arise and they think of you because you've stayed in front of them. So again, it's better to do something than nothing. And you can do this almost completely on autopilot. You don't really even need to do the manual outreach if you don't want to, or if you don't want to, especially early on, but maybe you want to touch base with them. I do suggest doing the manual outreach, or even if you have cell phone numbers, baking in an SMS, making it look really, really human, like you just picked up your phone, you sent them a text message. You can do that. And you can do that in the Uptycs platform as well. So again, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but the biggest challenge I see with lead nurturing is that people just aren't doing anything. And it's so stupid easy to just do this really, really on autopilot. So you really have no effort or time involvement in the process, really, in the grand scheme of things. And these are people that are already familiar with your product or service. So you can skip, once they are interested, you can skip a whole bunch of the sales process that you probably already went through. And, it's going to be a lot easier to close these deals, especially if they respond, because, they've already told you no. If they get back to you, then they're really going to be interested, because now something's changed in their life or their business. So that's it. That's what I've got for you today with this Not Interested campaign. If you found some value in this, I'd love if you would subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get alerts every time we launch a new video. If you got a lot of value out of it and you want to check out Uptycs, you can do that absolutely free with the link down below. I'd love for you to check out our platform and see how we help people automate and streamline their sales process. So again, hope you found this one helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.